So this video is about talking how talking about how you can spin pieces up into the 13th row and some things to know about that. Now there's actually some things that I don't know myself or I'm not 100% on, but I'll talk about the things that I do know and what I think is correct. So, one thing that you can't do if you want it to put the piece vertical so that it's standing up like this, the only way you can do it is we'll end up with the piece with the bottom piece on the bottom. So like here yellow is the bottom piece. So yellow is going to be on the bottom if I can spin it over. So here yellow is the bottom again. So when I spin it over, yellow is going to be on the bottom. So every time the only piece you can get on the bottom is the bottom piece if you stand it up. If you lie it down though, then other you can put both pieces or both Puyo in the ghost row. So here, if I lie it down, then I can put both of them in the ghost row. But if I wanted to stand it up, only the bottom one can be placed in the ghost row, and the top one will always end up on the 14th row and it'll disappear. And then another thing is that you want to rotate when the piece is halfway down the space, not all the way down. So like as you can see, every every time it moves down, it's actually moving down half a space, not a full space. So you time your rotation so that you start rotating when it's half a space down, not all the way touching, and then that allows you to spin it over. And so here I rotate while it's half the space down, and if I wait too long, then it becomes really hard to get it over. So you rotate when the piece is half a space down, so before it touches all the way down. And sometimes it feels like you can still get it over even when it's all the way down, but it feels a lot harder. So I'm not entirely sure how that works. Like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten it over like this, but it just feels so much harder. So you rotate when it's halfway down, and it's harder to get the timing when it's not when it's not at the top of the screen. Because at the top of the screen, you just press it when the piece appears. So it's like easier to time like that. And you rotate twice to get it upside down, and then you rotate a third time to lean it sideways, and then um, that's when you can get it over the column. So I'm just going to stack up again. So for me, the easiest way to do it, to execute it, is just press the same button 4 times in a row. And again, you want to start when it's halfway down, and then you press the same button 4 times in a row. That's the easiest way for me, but the fastest way for me is you. So you rotate twice in one direction to get the piece upside down, and then you rotate in the other direction immediately, so that it's like this, and it's faster. Because I mean, I'm pretty like it's easier to press one button and then the other button than it is to press the same button twice. So it's easier to do this really fast than it is to do this. But you have to get the piece upside down, so you have to rotate it twice in the same direction to get it upside down, and then you can rotate the third time in either direction. So it's a little bit faster to do it in the opposite direction. But for me, it's a little bit more consistent to just do it the same direction all 4 times. So that works. If you want to place it standing up, you can do like that. You do 2 in one direction, then 2 in the other direction to get it standing up. And not that piece. So like this. And a couple of other things are, if you have the columns stacked up like this, the timing is a lot easier. So it's not as strict, but you still do the same motions, so you still press it 4 times, or 2 and then 2. So again, for me, just pressing the same button 4 times is more consistent, but pressing one twice and then the other one twice is a little bit faster. And that's the same idea when you want to like jump a column. So if it's like this, let's see if I can get this one. So you have to rotate twice when you're over the column, and then, yeah. So you rotate 4 times in one direction, like I said, or 2 and 2. Is there something up there? Oh no. I wasn't able to hit that one. So it's like this. There's something in that column, so I couldn't place it, but I'm not sure if there's anything else to say about this. I guess one other thing is like, so when you rotate, it kicks off the wall. So, for example, in this case, if I were to rotate the piece left at the top of the field, it's going to kick into the 4th column. And then if I press it twice, it'll be upside down in the 4th column, which is what I want if I'm going to try to spin it over. So I don't have to actually press right or left. I just rotate and it kicks it into the 4th column, and then I can spin it over. So again, you have to rotate twice to get it upside down over a column that's one less, one lower. So you rotate twice to get it upside down over a column that's one lower than the one you want to place it in. And then you rotate 2 more times, or you get it sideways. And then when it's sideways, you can get it into the ghost row. And if you rotate 1 more time, you can get it to disappear at the top. Except I can't do it in that direction, I guess. Oh, I missed. But probably the big things to note are that the piece, you can only get the bottom piece on the bottom, so that kind of limits what you can do. You can't get the top piece on the bottom no matter what you do. So like if you want the red on the bottom in the ghost row here, like if that was the ghost row, you can't do it. You have to wait until the red's on the bottom, like this, and then you can do it, like this. So that's one big thing, and then the other one is that you rotate when it's like halfway down. And then you do 4 rotations to get it standing up, or 3 rotations to get it lying sideways. So if you do 3, you'll have it lying sideways in the ghost row, and then you can move it around. And again, it's a little bit faster, I think, if you do 2 in one direction and 1 in the opposite direction to get it lying sideways. But I found that's a little bit harder too, so. And sometimes the piece gets stuck if you like, so there I was trying to get it standing up, but I guess depending on how you move it, sometimes the piece gets stuck and won't stand up correctly. And I haven't figured out why that happens, but like this roughly what I know about the topic right now.